Hello, I'm going live on YouTube. I'm trying to get this going on Instagram, but it's not working. Why is it not working? Okay, let me figure this out, my friends. Who's here with me on a Sunday at 12? Where can I go live? It's not working. I had connected this on Instagram. Wait, let me see if I can get this to work. Does it work? Uh-oh. Give me a second, please. Oh, no. Maybe it's not working. Is anyone here? Kostas Spantazis? I don't know how to say your name properly. Hello. Thanks for joining me. Just give me a second. When you go live with the streaming software, I need a streaming key. After you go live, preview, save, display. Oh, no. I don't know how to do this. I don't know what's going on here. Paul, how are you doing? I can't figure out how to go live. Stop. I don't know how to do this. Live video. Well, that's not going to work probably anymore. Okay. I do. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to try to do this manually then. How do I go live here? No, that's not it. Let's see. How do I do this? Oh my gosh. I don't know how to do this. Oh, here we go. Go live. 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. People are on YouTube, right? Hi on YouTube. Hello. Okay, I've got two things going here. Hi on Instagram. I'm going live. I tried to go live simultaneously on YouTube and Instagram, but it wasn't working. So this is my 25th anniversary AMA. Ask Me Anything. This is totally going to be wait, just a second. My Meta glasses are talking to me. Don't talk to me. Hi on Instagram. Yay. I see people. Hi, Carmel. Mariano Gonga. And that's Willie W. Hi. Okay, I'm going to say hi. 1 second. Hey, Meta. Pause announcements for next 7 hours. Okay. Gosh, Meta glasses are talking to me, which I don't want. Hello, everybody. GX Diamond, VN Karina, Joe Violin. Who's Vice? Hi. Alvaro. Hi. Fernandez. Oh my gosh, there's so many people. August Element. Mohammed. Who's on YouTube? Okay, first question is glasses, yes or no? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Kostas is saying, how was your concert? Which concert? I'm playing Nutcracker shows every night, or 6 days a week, sometimes twice a week. Eldest, AJ, Dana Razaza, Vladimir. Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm trying to go live on Instagram simultaneously, but I have to do this anyway. Okay, this is my AMA. Let me fix my hair. Okay, this is totally chill. This is just a Sunday chill little thing. I have some pre-submitted questions, which I will find in a second, and I will answer them. But in the meantime, I'm celebrating my 25th anniversary with the National Ballet of Canada. How is that? And so, isn't that great? I can't believe it. I'm an old-timer. I really can't believe it. Okay, what are your burning questions? Hello, Beatrice. Fabiana. Hello, I'm going to tap wave. Okay, thank you, Vice. Here, I'm going to show this comment here on YouTube. Thank you so much. Okay, hi, Paul. I see you. And Costas? I'm not sure if it's Costa or Costas. Okay. Let me start with some serious questions. I have some serious questions and I have some fun questions. I just copied and pasted a whole bunch of questions here, so I'm just going to randomly answer them all. I can't remember what the questions were, so I'm just going to run through them really quickly, okay? AJ Dodger 17, you look 25. Thank you. Willie, congratulations. Thank you. It's Oh, you know what? I need to show you something. I have a 25-year pin. 25-year pin from 25-year pin from the Toronto Musicians Association. It's super small. I know. Here, this is Instagram. Here you go. I know it's not in focus, but that's the 25-year pin here on YouTube. This is my 25-year pin. So it is official. I'm not lying. And yeah, let's see. Hello, Francisco. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Hello, Leah. Okay. Oh my gosh, all these congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. SR 31803. Okay. Type in your questions in the chat and I'll see if I can get to them. I have to leave soon for a lunch date, so I will answer them quickly. Oh yes, but please tell me, glasses, yes or no? Okay, thumbs up for the glasses, or yes or no? Because I tell you why I'm debating about no, is because they see how far they come off my face. They're huge, and I can't adjust them because they're smart glasses. There's mechanics in the ear, and I cannot bend them. Otherwise, they'll damage the functionality of glasses. Oh, whoops, and look what just came off. This little nose piecey thing that my optometrist put on just attached itself to the lens. This was supposedly supposed to help it stay on my nose, but you know, Asian faces, we don't have much of a nose bridge. So we need all the help we can get. My optometrist, who's also Asian, put these rubber nose pads on. And at first, I put them on, they stayed quite well. I tipped my head down and they wouldn't slide down my face. But now when I'm playing Nutcracker in the pit and I'm testing the glasses out, they continually do this. So then I look like a 70s grandma. So do I wear thick-rimmed glasses to read music? No, I'm actually wearing contacts right now. Yeah. So I was just testing them out in the pit just for fit, really, and comfort. So I would say they are bolder than I'm used to. So that's another thing I was kind of on the fence about. But I think I've gotten used to how bold they are. Some of you have encouraged me to wear bold glasses. What do you think? Are they okay? But it's the fit that I'm thinking is going to be the defining factor. Plus, they keep talking to me even though I tell it to be quiet. Saya, violinist. I have a question. I'm an advanced violinist. I'm trying to learn Bruch Violin Concerto No. 1 in G minor. How can I prepare myself for it? Yeah, I'm going to be doing that too. I'm preparing Bruch Violin Concerto as well. You're going to have to work with a teacher, listen to a lot of recordings. Let me go through some questions first. Let me see. Oh, there's a funny question here. What is this? So the smart glasses give you night vision like a Terminator? I wish. I wish they did, but they certainly can talk to me. They can play my music. They can play my podcasts, audiobooks. I can answer phone calls. I can take phone calls. I can hear messages coming in, and they sometimes interrupt me when I don't want to be interrupted. Okay, let me ask the first questions that came in from email. Okay, so if you're on my email list, you might have seen me ask the questions. This question came in from Ruth Freeberg. Hi, Ruth. Either you're watching on Instagram or YouTube. She says here, this isn't exactly a question, perhaps more a wish for encouragement. I play violin purely for the joy of it. I want to play better and take on more challenging repertoire, but not to become a professional, simply because I know playing more difficult pieces will increase that joy and sense of accomplishment. Your videos have given me a lot to work on and work toward. What advice would you give to someone like me? I currently play with a very good orchestra, Fairbanks Symphony, and participate in a couple of chamber ensembles that play upper intermediate/advanced repertoire. Okay, this is a great question. I see a lot of really, really high-level violinists who don't aspire to be professionals, and that's great. Pursue your love of the instrument. Absolutely challenge yourself with great repertoire. The thing is that I see a lot of passionate amateurs fall into this pattern. And it's this pattern where you get so enamored with the repertoire and you want to learn the repertoire, and that's fine. You don't have to perfect it to a performer's level or a professional level. However, it is important to understand that to play something with competence and efficacy. Let's use the words efficacy. To play it with competence and efficacy and beauty and artistry, you need a foundational technique. So the pattern that I see in amateur players is they're concerned with the repertoire and the notes, and they're less concerned with the foundational technique behind the notes, behind the execution. Let me explain. Technique is important for anyone who is pursuing a craft or acquiring a new skill. For me, the definition of technique is the details of execution, so that you can perform something with competency and ease and efficiency. Good technique prevents, among many things, prevents injury. It enables efficient execution, meaning you're using the least amount of effort or the most streamlined use of your energy to produce the greatest results. When people are focused on just the notes, the repertoire, the dynamics, and forget about the details of the execution, then you will find yourself struggling. So if this is the one thing you're asking me, what advice would you give to someone like me? Okay, I know that you do not have to be at a professional level of execution, so I will not enforce an obsessive amount of detail on technique. However, when you are challenging yourself with more difficult repertoire, please do not ignore the importance of your fundamentals. And I say this because I've taken dance classes. I've taken martial arts lessons. I've looked at movement from the viewpoint of taking Pilates classes. And each time I've come to the conclusion that my instructors, my senseis, my coaches have instilled the importance of learning how to do a movement correctly. And yes, it may get very boring. It may get very annoying to have to coordinate a breath with your movement, or to align your spine with your head and make sure that you're not distributing your weight incorrectly. It sounds very, very boring. You'd rather get to the real fun stuff, I know. But when you refine those details, I promise you, the execution of your repertoire will become effortless. It will become more beautiful. The result will be something you're more proud of. Okay, so that's the answer to that question. Okay. All right, let me answer another question that's coming in here. Okay, so Saya Violinist, you have here a question. You're learning Bruch Violin Concerto No. 1 G minor. How can I prepare myself for it? Well, listen to a lot of recordings. Watch great artists on YouTube. I will be doing the same. I'm going to be preparing Bruch Violin Concerto for a performance next year. Stay tuned. Do as I just mentioned. Practice. Sorry, you over here, Saya. Practice your scales. Practice your intonation. Practice your G minor arpeggios. Practice your vibrato. Practice your long tones. Practice control of the bow. Practice all the fundamentals. Okay, that's probably a pretty decent answer, I would say, right there. Okay, let's see. Oh, thank you for that. Good analogy. Okay, good. Whatever analogy I said, thank you. All right. Okay. Oh my gosh, I just copied and pasted this one. This is funny. I got a question on Instagram. Okay, Instagram's over here. Hi. Instagram. Are you single? And this one's from Randy. I know Randy. Big Orange Fanatic 1. How old are you? Oh my gosh, these questions. I copied and pasted them just because I thought, oh my gosh, why are you asking me these questions? These are very personal questions. Am I single and how old am I? I don't answer these private questions. You might have to guess your little heart out, because I might not ever reveal it to you. Sorry to disappoint. But as you know, this is my AMA celebrating my 25th anniversary of the National Ballet of Canada Orchestra. And, I just showed you my 25-year pin. So you can probably guess how old I might be. Definitely not 25. I'm old enough to have reached 25 years of playing professionally in an orchestra. So type in your best guess, okay? All right, here's a question from online from YouTube here. How do you shift into the 11th to 14th positions of the violin? Where does your thumb go? I don't even know where 11th and 14th positions are, but if that's super high, your thumb is definitely going to have to move. Where am I here? Okay, so normally your thumb will just stay relaxed until, and so now, I hope I'm in the camera here. For YouTube, I am. Right now, it's sort of on the purfling of the instrument. So for Instagram, I don't know, it's difficult. There, my thumb is on the purfling, and that's how I'm able to reach. Okay, so that's what I would do. Just allow the thumb to slide around the neck until you hit the edge of the violin, and just anchor yourself any way you can on the edge of the instrument. Okay, right, let's go to, let's see. Oh my gosh, so many other people on Instagram. Hi. Yay, also the fastest sending scales overall info. Oh my God. Okay, let me get to some of the questions here from email. Here's a question from Martha Kaufman. Hi, Martha. Hello. I am a professional violinist in Washington, D.C. I am 62 years old. Anyway, as I get older, I find I have more aches and pains, and I realize I do not have a good warm-up that I do every day. Any suggestions for a 15 to 30-minute warm-up exercise? Thanks in advance. Well, on my YouTube channel, you can actually find my warm-up, my nerve gliding that I do before shows and before playing. So this is a nerve gliding exercise that was given to me by my physiotherapist. It is simply your loose fist to your ear, and you follow your head towards your fist as you open out your arm. Okay, this will glide the nerve. Okay, and you're opening out your hand. You'll get a better image if you watch my YouTube video. And then you close that hand and arm back to your ear and move your head away from the hand. Okay, so that's one repetition. And you do that on both sides. This is one of my warm-ups, and that was given to me by my physiotherapist. I mean, if you want to just, let's say, physiologically warm up your hand, you can run it under hot water, especially because it's winter right now. By the way, I also have this little guy. This is my hand warmer here on YouTube. This is, I think, Okupa. I found it online. Okupa hand warmer. I use this when I'm walking to work and it's winter. It's winter right now. And that helps me stay warm when I'm about to enter into the pit and play Nutcracker. And then usually I just warm up slowly. My fingers are usually quite cold. I'll just warm up really, really slowly with open strings. Okay, so if it's really, really cold like me today in a winter day, then just start with open strings, slow scales. Don't do anything crazy. I once tried to warm up with Kreutzer 9 when I was cold, and my hands start to seize up. And don't do that. That's not a good idea. I find that Shadyak Book 1 is really good to move your fingers. Okay, so that's really good. Again, be careful of the fourth finger. Be very slow. That was really fast. Go slowly so that you warm up the blood flow, bring the blood flow into your muscles. I don't stretch before I play, okay, just so you know. Don't stretch when you're cold. And if you need, you can shrug your shoulders. You can do hand pumps to bring blood to your extremities. Warm-up exercises. Yeah, those are the main things. I hope that answers your question, Martha. Okay, let's go to a question on Instagram here. Let's see here. Let's see. David 10 Yo. I have difficulties using my fourth finger in fast ascending scales. I mean, at the top, you probably mean just at the very, very top of an ascending scale. Something like this. Well, I mean, to be honest, if I'm on the top of my scale, my fourth finger, this may be just a Lynn thing. I don't know, but actually, no, it's not, because I got this by watching Nicola Benedetti on one of her YouTube videos. She actually, well, I do in any case, I leave my fourth finger quite flat at the very end of the scale. And Nicola Benedetti, when she talks about that in her video, she does that for powerful endings of scales. So as you can see, it's really quite flat. My knuckles almost hyperextended. So that is only for a very powerful ending of a scale. If you're going to be, maybe you want to leave a little bit of, not curvature of the knuckle, but just enough so that you have some support if you're going up to the scale and coming back down again. You may need to also practice stabilizing and strengthening this. So connecting, what I like to do for fourth finger is I like to feel like the connection of your fingertip connects past the end of your wrist all the way down to your elbow so that you feel like you have a bit of strength and support from a larger muscle group and larger bone. So once I feel the elbow, once I feel the arm integrate into the fourth finger, my fourth finger doesn't work so hard. Okay, there's different ways to answer your question. Contextually, I need to know how fast is your scale. Let me see. So if you think that maybe you're ascending with the support of your bigger arm, then I think it takes away some of the strain of your pinky. Okay? All right, I'm going to return to a question here from email. Congrats. So congrats on my 25th anniversary. Very interesting violin teaching program you have. I play for fun since the pandemic and luckily gained back some of my playing skills and maybe even surpassing them. One big curious question. What was your etude training content and how many daily hours of practice? So I have not covered all of the violin etudes in the world. There's just so many. But the ones that I grew up on are Kreutzer. Especially after studying with Nathan Cole during the pandemic, we covered a lot of Kreutzer ground. So I returned back to Kreutzer 1. Kreutzer 1 is one of my favorites. It's one that gets skipped a lot. So Kreutzer 1, I would put the metronome on. Here's my metronome, 52. There's 52. So 52, the Kreutzer 1 will train your bow control for long tones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 E and 4 E and 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. So Kreutzer 1 is one of my favorites. Kreutzer 2, very good classic for détaché, etc. Then Kreutzer 8 for string crossing. Okay, so Kreutzer 8 is really good. Kreutzer 7 is the one I really did not like because it was martelé. Sorry. There we go, martelé. To get a really clean martelé. So I teach a lot of diamond-like articulation, and Kreutzer 7 is one of those great examples, which you can use in Mozart 39. There you go. Yeah. So those are some examples of practical applications of the etudes. What other etudes? I've done, I really liked, I love Schradjik Book 1, which I mentioned. Then I also like, one of my favorites is Dunis, Opus 23. Opus 23. This one's really great. I have a YouTube video on this one. It really trains you to control your fingers. You do it all on all strings. I make it into camera for the Instagrammers, etc., etc. So Dunis Opus 23, one of my favorites. And I remember working on Don't Opus 35, number 1. For chords, okay? So Don't Opus 35, number 1. These are some of my go-to etudes, all right? I hope that helps. How many daily hours of practice? Oh, it really depends on the day. Sometimes you need a rest day. If you're like me and you're playing shows 6 days a week, sometimes you just need a day to rest. Otherwise, I might be lucky if I squeeze in an hour. If I'm practicing for a concert, maybe 2. Honestly, not that much, where I used to practice 4 or 5. But after that, I really feel like it's not good for your stamina, or your brain is too tired to really get proper work done. Yes. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see, more questions? Hello, Instagrammers. People on Instagram, hi. There's so many of you. Hello, hello. Let's see. Okay, what other questions are here? Arnold. Hey, Papi. My friend Arnold's here. Let's go. I love you too, Arnold. I'll see you later tonight. Save me a dance. Okay. Timska 21. I have struggles with the articulation when having high positions, like seventh position and up. I feel that my thumb feels so tight and I don't have enough strength on my pinky. Oh, do you have any tips? Struggle with articulation in the high positions, like seventh position and up. Okay. The thumb is so tight. Don't have enough strength on my pinky. You know what? Strength on pinky. You might need it's difficult for me to say this concretely, but strength for the pinky really came with me working on some of the etudes that I listed. Kreutzer 9 really strengthening my pinky. So just strengthening it in etudes will help, and also practicing thirds. See, this fourth finger is already getting trained because I'm strengthening inside the double stop, and the fact that it gets stronger will help you up here. When you're also up in this high position, let's see, your thumb feels tight. Okay, let's see, thumb feels tight. What you could do is, since you can take away the thumb, learn how to loosen and dissociate your thumb and just feel like you're putting your fourth finger on the fingerboard and getting a sense that you're hanging. Yes, you do need to have a secure feeling of holding your instrument here between your jaw and your collarbone. So for someone like me, I use a shoulder rest. I don't know how people without shoulder rests play up there. So good luck. I don't know. So you can try relaxing your thumb and seeing what you can do without the thumb. Okay, right now my thumb is quite loose. In fact, what you can do, here's a little cloth. This is really, how do I do this? You can pretend that someone is can you see that? If you put your thumb here and put a tissue here, okay. All right, so there. You can pretend that you're not able to, see, I can't pull this away from my thumb because I'm squeezing, okay? So if you pretend that you're not squeezing the life out of your thumb, there's my thumb quite loose. There, I'll show it. How do I prove this? I'm going to wiggle my thumb for you. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. There's the wiggle. So you may try experimenting to see how you can retrain your thumb to stay loose. Okay? All right. I hope that kind of answers your question. Okay, good. So people are finding some of the things. Okay, great. This is actually a good question. How do you take away the thumb in the higher positions? I don't think you can, really. I don't think you can take the thumb away from the higher positions, but I think you can learn to be aware of the thumb and release it so that you're not squeezing like a vice grip. There, I'm playing this F sharp. My thumb is quite light. See, I'm able to wiggle. So on YouTube here, let me see if I can show you my thumb. There's my thumb. Okay, so here, both the first finger that I'm playing is quite loose. The string, I don't know if you can tell, the string is actually, I can be able to push down, lift up, there. That's very little pressure on the first finger as well as very little pressure on the thumb. So let's see. Whatever it is, whatever you're playing, learn to find the least amount of pressure on your thumb and your first finger or whatever fingers. Okay? Let me keep going through the questions here. Oh, Anne, Era1. Anne Era1 submitted a question by email. Let me just get the piece that she's asking about. Prokofiev Symphony, Classical Symphony. Where is it? I lost it. I don't have it here. So Anne's asking, Dear Dr. Lynn, I have a few questions. I am currently playing Prokofiev Classical Symphony second movement excerpt, but when I play on D string, the sound frequently squeaks in third position spiccato. What do you think might cause it? Well, I am not quite sure. In third position, something tells me that the first thing that actually comes to mind is do you need to change your strings? Because I'm coming across this in When I'm wanting to play something softly and it will not speak, I need to change the strings. But if it's not that, then usually squeaking. There's only two types of undesirable sound, according to Simon Fisher. There is whistle and squeak, like this, right? This is an undesirable sound in violin playing or string playing. And then the other undesirable category of sound is crunch. It sounds to me that you're getting squeak. Now, how do I fix squeak? There's a couple of variables that you need to look at. What is the contact point between bridge to fingerboard? Okay, where you are between fingerboard and bridge matters. So if you're in third position, the length of the string has shortened from this finger to the bridge. So bear in mind that the string length is now shorter as compared to when you're playing an open string from the nut to the bridge. Okay, so when you are assessing your contact point, just be aware of what happens when you play, let's say, open D versus, you may need to adjust. You just have to become sensitive. If it needs out here, that doesn't work. As you can see, you can hear, doesn't work. But if I go here, there, see, that works at this string length. I mean, you asked about third position. Okay, see, this is an open string, and you can hear that it's getting raspy. That's an undesirable sound. I'll stay here and put a third position D, and that actually works, okay? The other variable, so this contact point, the other variable that you can start thinking about is, well, there's many variables. You can think about how you are approaching the bow stroke. Is it vertical? This is quite a vertical attack. And now if I add some horizontality to it, there's some horizontality, like a banana. I'm starting to get a nicer sound. Okay, so being aware of where you are in the contact point between bridge and fingerboard. Are you approaching the string vertically? This is very much like a drum stick hitting a drum head. Or do I brush it like a paintbrush? There's some sound, okay? Now, also, how much hair are you using? So are you using flat hair? Flat hair will cause the stick to bounce quite high. If I tilt, meaning rouler means to roll the stick in between your fingers. You tilt the stick away, and then you're going to use less hair. Less hair means that it will be less bouncy, less ricochet. And that will assist in the brush. These are two or three things that you can think about when you want to approach spiccato on any string, especially in this D string. You have another question here, Anne. Do you have certain tips on playing with looser or tighter bow hair for some passages, or hold the bow differently to achieve certain sound? No, I don't tighten my hair or loosen my hair for certain passages. I just keep it at one bow tightness. That's it. And do I hold the bow differently to achieve certain sound? No. When you want to achieve different sounds, you learn to become sensitive with your bow fingers. And the sensitivity of the bow fingers and the hand and the arm, all the way up to the neck and the back, will help you achieve different colors. So, I mean, I'm working with one of my students in my VIP coaching program right now, just on basic bow technique. And we're just going right back down to bow changes at the frog, parking the car, as we call it. I call it parking the car, and then pulling a down bow. As you can see, my fingers are reacting. So what I'm doing is I'm encouraging the fingers to listen to which direction the bow arm where it wants to go. So down bow, there, the arm wants to pull the down bow, and the fingers are paying attention and listening. So if my friend Arnold's still listening, it's like a leader in the dance, in partner dance, leading a follower. The arm here is the leader, the fingers are the follower, okay? Or in dance movements, it comes from the spine and the head comes last. It's the same thing. Spine will go first and the head will come last. So if you're pulling a down bow, for example, what happens is the fingers become responsive. So you're asking, do I hold the bow differently to achieve certain sound? To achieve certain sounds, you're going to rely on the sensitivity of your fingers, of the contact point, pressure, and speed of the bow. And all that comes from bow control. And bow control will come from how you develop, how your arm behaves, how the hand reacts to the arm, and how the fingers react to the rest of the bow arm structure, which I like to call it. So if I want, for example, let me see. One of my favorite bow exercises is the hover bow. I call this the hover bow exercise. I literally pull the bow over the string. And I'm learning to using the fingers. Like I said, your fingers will develop sensitivity and control at the same time, both stability, flexibility, and sensitivity. So this is quite a hard exercise because I'm learning to control the stick so it doesn't go crazy and go out of my control. And when the fingers are develop this control and sensitivity, then I can develop a sound palette that goes to this extreme where it's the utmost pianissimo, which is 100% useful in orchestra playing when they require a section to play pianissimo. And as we know in orchestra, to get this sound, we must be able to control the bow here. In orchestra, in a true pianissimo, we never play more than this because you multiply this by 20 violins, that's a pianissimo. And we need to develop finger sensitivity, flexibility, and control. So no, I don't hold the bow differently to achieve certain sounds. I just develop my bow control. Okay? I hope that answers your question. Okay, let's see here. Any other questions here? Oh, so many people on Instagram. Hi. Okay, let's see. What other questions do we have here? Let me see. Ilyas, hi, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. How's it going? Okay, let's see here. Timska, sorry, Dr. Lynn, I might continue the question about the high position. So should the left finger give more flesh or just less flesh in the high position? So, I mean, I'd have to see. This is really difficult for me to be coaching you or teaching you from an Instagram live. I mean, I answer these questions in my VIP class for my VIP students. I mean, if one day you want to join my class, you're welcome to book a call with me. We can talk about you entering my program. I wouldn't be able to do this right now. SD Samadzadeh. Hello, do you usually use a wooden bow or carbon fiber? I have a wooden bow. I do not actually have a carbon fiber bow. I know that they're very, very good. They can be very, very good. And they're not expensive. But I don't have a carbon fiber bow. I just keep mine simple. And yeah, that's what I do. Hello, Sophia 556666. Nice to meet you too. Okay, let's see. What's people on YouTube here? Carol. Hi, Carol. Carol Mycelis, 1853. How do you change the habit of squeezing the first finger against the side of the neck when playing notes? How do you change the habit of squeezing the first finger against the side of the neck when playing notes? That's a good question. You're squeezing. I mean, you do put the instrument on 3 contact points in the left hand. The thumb, side of the finger, and of course the fingertip. And when you vibrate, you only have 2 contact points, the thumb, fingertip, and you move this side of the finger down away. So now I stick my finger through here. Okay? On YouTube it's difficult to see. There, I can stick my finger through. So you do remove that, right? So then you're going to have to rely on the contact point here at the collarbone. So here's the collarbone here. You can hear it. There, collarbone. And so now it's resting on, let's see, collarbone, thumb, and base of the finger. But if I remove that, then I put the finger down, remove the side of the finger. Now it's resting on my collarbone. Okay, so that's, all right? So you're just simply just being aware of the contact points, okay? Let's see. John, 5201 on YouTube. Hi, John. Thanks for so much for your beautiful comments. I find them very, very encouraging. Thank you so much. John, 5201 says, a big congratulations to you. You're a wonderful musician and a better person. Aw, thank you for everything you do to share your love of music, dance, and life. Oh, this wasn't a question. It was a comment. Okay. I just copied and pasted out of reflex. Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Feel free to send me similar comments. You may get a shout out from me if you send me a nice message. Sometimes I get lovely, lovely messages from you all. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody on Instagram. Matt Fiddler, Tariq, Daniela, Irangera, Mateus, Ancient. Hello. Okay. All right. Let me see. There's a couple of questions here from, these are questions that came in from Instagram. Ricky Phillips. Hey, Ricky. Ricky follows me. Hi. Have you ever played any Assyrian Christian violin music? Okay, I can answer this one quickly. I'm sorry, no. I only have studied truly classical Western classical music. And I understand that there's a rich treasure trove of music that exists outside of Western classical music. And unfortunately, I can't dedicate my training to all the styles. It's a real shame because there's so many amazing techniques and amazing sounds, amazing colors, amazing tonal systems, scale systems that are out there. And I wish I knew more about them. But that's a shame that I don't. But that's one thing. Here's another question from Big Orange Fanatic 1. Randy, is there one instrument that you wished you would have learned? Well, I can't really say because I've only really had a passion for violin and piano. I started on piano. Is there an instrument that I wished I would have learned? Honestly, no. I'm just scanning saxophone, trumpet, French horn, drums, timpani, harp. I'm scanning viola. No, I can't think of an instrument. Can't think of one. So maybe no. It might be fun to pick up an erhu, but I don't know. Okay, Drew Pilant. Hi, Drew, on YouTube. As a Newfoundlander, yes, I'm from Newfoundland. Anyone else from Newfoundland? Anyone? Anyone out there? Do you also play fiddle and Newfoundland folk music? Unfortunately, I don't. When I was growing up, there was the Suzuki group classes, and they had a Suzuki Talent Education Program. That's what it stood for, fiddle class. And I don't think I really participated in that. I mean, I think I remember a few tunes off from the top of my head or somewhere deep in my memory, but I don't play fiddle. I wish I did. Okay, let's see. What other questions you have here? Okay, from YouTube here. TJ3952. Hi, Dr. Lynn. Congratulations. Thank you. Love your explanations on finger movements and exercises. Oh, I'm glad. Are there any other exercises you recommend to do without an instrument? Let's say in a car or wait time. Oh, I love this question. Yes. Okay, let's do it. Put away the violin. When you're watching TV, when you're not doing anything, one of my favorite exercises for vibrato, which really completely changed my sound, honest to goodness, it really helped because it built the range of motion of my finger knuckles, which then increased the amplitude of my vibrato, which then made my sound richer. Isn't that cool? And all without using the instrument. It is simply the knuckle collapse exercise, which is one of the exercises in my YouTube tutorial. It's called 7 Best Vibrato Exercises. So the knuckle collapse you can do without the instrument. So if you just let's try the pinky, for example, because pinky is usually the finger that everyone says, I don't like the vibrato on my pinky. So you just, you don't even need your hand. Actually, just do it on your thumb. On Instagram over here and YouTube over here. So touch your finger to your thumb and just collapse your knuckle. That's it. And I can do it on both. Okay, this is my right side here. And this is my left side. My left side actually is way more collapsible than my right. My right is a little stiffer, and my left likes to collapse quite a bit. I don't know what happened, but that's the way it developed. Move to the third finger. Oh, this is really stiff on the right side. Very stiff on the right side. And then second finger here, and then first finger. So this is a great exercise to do, okay, without an instrument. This is great. I swear this has changed my sound. If you're bored, you have a pencil in your hand, this is for your bow hand, okay? Your bow hand. This is also a YouTube tutorial called the rocket launcher. It's on my YouTube shorts. This one is simple. You just practice now, let me distinguish between the passive movement and active movement of your fingers in your bow hand. This is an exercise for active movement. Now, you remember before that I said that at the bow change, there's passive movement. So if I'm at the frog and I want to change from up bow to a down bow, I'm going to pull my arm down and the fingers passively respond. This bow exercise is not for the passive movement. This is for active movement. This is called rocket launcher. So you take a pen, can be a real bow too, and you're just going to put your fingers in this position, like you're flicking water. I'm going to flick water at the computer screen. I'm going to flick water somewhere down to the floor. This is the bottom of the rocket launcher, okay? So this resembles kole here, kole. So this position is applicable to violin technique. Then, not passively, but actively, you're going to now curl your fingers up, so not in towards your hand. You're going to aim for the top of your rocket to go to the ceiling, up. As you can see, the pinky is especially curled up. Okay, and this is applicable to bow technique. So the rocket launcher at the bottom looks like this. Okay, and then the rocket launcher will go up towards the tip of the pen this way. With a real bow, you can do it with a real bow as well. But you're asking for exercises away from the instrument, but it does apply to real technique. If I want to do this. Okay, so you take away the bow, and you can practice that with a pen. So flick water, and then raise the rocket launcher tip, the pen tip, up to the sky, up, 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 there. You do need this exercise. This is an active movement, not a passive movement. But you will see that when you place the bow onto the string, passively, your fingers will follow the same pattern of movement, but passively as well. Okay? That's my explanation there. Okay, great question. All right. Who else is on Instagram here? Lofty Bill Hassan, hi. Raven Da Vinci, hi. Ty Myers Violin, hello. Tom Flaherty, hello. Beijen! Oh my gosh. Nazlazun, how are you? Must be late over in Turkey. Rebecca Multanam. Oh, hello. Hi. Okay, what other questions we have? I have a question here from Jolise Star from email. How do you keep the balance of personal maintenance, like staying fit, family, etc., teaching and performing? That's an excellent question. I barely do. I have help. Help helps. What do you mean help helps? I have an assistant who helps me. Shira is amazing. I have other people helping me, and I'm also looking for video editor assistants. I'm in the process of doing that right now. Let's see. That's a very interesting question. Yes, I'm on 2 dance teams. That keeps me busy. I had to let go of karate training because my schedule got absolutely crazy. And yes, I travel quite a bit. I do have family that I see, and teaching takes up my time. Performing definitely takes up a lot of my time. Right now, it's 6 days a week. So trying to let go of perfectionism is probably the biggest thing I struggle with. Letting go of the fact that I can't necessarily clean my house, cook all my meals, and stay fit. So I have to let go of perfectionism on one of those 3 or 2 out of those 3. Yeah, it's quite tough. Sometimes practicing goes out the window. So I only get to practice when I warm up for the show, or I only practice when my students inspire me to practice, when they're learning a piece that I am teaching, and then I have to review it. So then I'm forced to learn something for the purpose of teaching. So sometimes it's just grabbing bits and pieces of both. Sometimes I don't have time to exercise, so I'll just do my physiotherapy exercises and then run out the door, grab something to eat, and then run to work. And then on my bike is my exercise. So it's grabbing bits and pieces. That's how I balance my life. That's how I survive. Okay, let's see other questions. Lydia Leong. Okay, so Lydia was in my VIP program years ago. So Lydia is a great violinist, fantastic amateur violinist, concertmaster of orchestra. She's asking me, is there any moment in a particular ballet that is so spectacular on stage that you almost get distracted from playing? I would have to say that whenever I'm watching the dancers on stage in the National Ballet of Canada, and I'm not careful to keep counting before I come in, then yes, I will get distracted. Is there any one particular moment? Oh, there's tons. There's always these fancy lifts. In Nutcracker, I love watching the battle scene. And the battle scene has cats, and it's got dogs, and it's got rats, and it's got a rat king, and there's a Christmas tree, and then the 2 children are running around. The battle scene is quite fun. Oh, and they have a cannon that shoots, and they bring in guests firing the cannon. Have cannonballs. So that is really cool. But I don't miss my entry. That one, I don't miss my entry. Almost get distracted. Yeah, whenever these moments come on stage, I like to look. We don't see so much of the stage. I mean, people who are sitting underneath the overhang of the pit don't see anything. But I'm lucky I get to sit next to the edge, and I do get to see some. So in the Nutcracker, it's this battle scene, which I love looking at. I can't really name other moments. I think in Romeo and Juliet, Prokofiev, Romeo and Juliet, one of my favorite ballets to play. I remember there was, I think, the pas de deux between Romeo and Juliet, and he lifts her at this moment. It was a John Cranko choreography, and it was the most heart-stopping moment of the ballet. It was absolutely stunning. So I will glance up at moments like that. James Parker from YouTube asks, what is your favorite piece of music? Oh, That's a tough one to answer. Okay, I'm pulling up my Spotify because I have a playlist, and this playlist is called, like, I have labeled it heart, like an emoji, heart. So these are the ones that I play when I go, oh, I want my heart to be soothed. And the first one here is Mahler's Fifth Symphony, the Adagietto. Like, I rarely listen to classical music because if I do, I'm studying something. It's for work. But this one's beautiful. This one will make my heart sing. So this one is beautiful. This one here is, okay, this is Milonga del Ángel by Astor Piazzolla. I don't know if you can hear that. This one I absolutely love. This one makes my heart stop, makes my heart sing. This one makes me want to stop everything and just bathe in the beauty. So that's the first one that comes up to my mind. I highly recommend that one if you don't know it. Another question. Oh, look, I do have another question from John5201 on YouTube. John asks, how do you prioritize musicality in your study, practice, and performance? I like this question a lot. How do you prioritize musicality in your study, practice, and performance? It's true. When you're learning a new piece, you're first learning the notes and where are they on the instrument. Then you're figuring out the fingerings. Then you're figuring out the bowings and then coordinating them. Then you're distracted with the intonation. Is it in tune? And like, do I have the right rhythm? And musicality is probably the last thing you're going to focus on. So how do you prioritize musicality in your study? Well, you'd have to do it organically along the way as an artist, meaning that when you are listening to music, for example, you're listening to this Piazzolla piece, you're listening to expression. And when you start to listen to how beautiful this expression is, you will start to prioritize how it makes you feel. What is it trying to say? What is the significance of the note? What is the significance of how it changes harmony? What does it communicate to you? Is it a long phrase that has an impact emotionally, or is it a sharp statement? And understanding that music is about communicating and about expression. When we remember that as the underlying reason of learning notes, learning fingerings, learning bowing patterns, learning rhythmic stability, then you understand that these are tools to enable us to express. You can apply it to dance even, right? When you're learning a new choreography, a new step, a new movement pattern, you're learning the technique, but the technique is to serve the expression and the communication. Okay, dance or music or art or visual art, whatever it is. You can learn techniques in painting, but you're there to serve the expression of your art form. So when you are learning the details of your art form, remember that you're serving the bigger purpose, to express and to communicate and to maybe connect. So how do you prioritize that? I personally have an entire course on mastering musicality, how to find significance, character, meaning, and shape in notes. It's called Mastering Musicality. Maybe I'll put that in the if I can find it. Oh my gosh, it's not available to the public because I have it only for my VIP students. They have access to it, Mastering Musicality. Let me see if I can find it right now. And you won't be able to find it by searching either because I actually hid it. Believe it or not. Let me see if I can type it in here. Yes, it is. Okay, I found it. It's violinwithdrlynn.com/courses/mastering musicality. I'll put this here in the YouTube. How am I going to do this here on Instagram? Sorry, I'm going to have to just read it out to you. Mastering. Okay, so violinwithdrlynn.com/courses/mastering-musicality. So in this course, you can learn the secrets of great artists, great performers, and how you can strategize how to take a piece of music. And as you're learning the notes and the fingerings and the bowings, you can learn to read beyond what the black dots are saying. That's how you prioritize musicality, by remembering what is the intention of the composer. What is this sentiment? What is the emotion that is being expressed? Is there an emotion being expressed? Maybe there's no emotion. I don't know. But asking these questions on what lies beneath it will help you prioritize musicality. Okay? All right. Let's see. Okay, this is the Christian fangirl. Hello, Dr. Lynn. Congrats on all your recent concerts. Thank you. I started learning violin in June. Wow, good for you. And I'm already attending my first recital on the 18th. Good for you. Any tips for steady bowing even when nervous? This is an excellent question. So I already answered the question about bow control. The hover bow is a great exercise that I practice to help steady my bow. But one of the most important things for me, because I do get nervous too, and when I get nervous, my bow shakes as well. One of the things that I need to do is to get more into the bigger muscles of my body. So when I feel like my bow is shaking usually because you're tightening up. This is a fight reflex, fight or flight. And for me to counteract this nervous reaction in my body, I have to go intentionally to my back muscles here. And if you feel your latissimus dorsi back here, okay, I'm going to tap this. I can't reach my back, but you know what I mean. If you go to your back and feel the shoulder blade, feel the armpit area, feel the latissimus dorsi here, the lats, okay? And you try to pretend you're bowing from that place rather than clamping up here in your hand. This will will remove the, let's say, the muscular activation from the hand, right? Right? If I go to this back area, think of it as melting. Maybe even like an iceberg floating on water. And then breathe. Remember to connect your breath. Inflate the lungs, deflate the lungs, and connect if you can, right? Use as bigger muscles and body weight as you possibly can. So when you're nervous, try to connect more to your core, your body. Okay? Right. Let's see. I have to go to lunch soon. Okay. Oh, so many questions, and I can't answer them all. I'm so sorry. Oh, hello, Catherine. Silverbridge Strings on Instagram. Hi. Hi, Tyler. Tyler was in my program, in my VIPs. So yes, for those of you who are interested in going further with me, I do have people in my VIP program. I'm actually limiting the number of people nowadays. My class has gotten smaller and smaller, which is a very good thing for the VIPs in my program. If you want to become a VIP, you're welcome to send me a DM here on Instagram, Facebook. Actually, I lost control of my Facebook, so maybe not Facebook. Send me an email, lynn@lynnkuo.com, LYNN at Lynn Kuo, KUO at lynnkuo.com. Send me a DM if you want to go further. We can see if inviting you into my VIP coaching program is a good fit. I typically work with professional violinists, so people who are already playing in orchestras or teaching, or I work with pre-professionals, so you're in a doctoral program, or you're auditioning for a master's program, or you're in your bachelor's and you want to go further. Or I have people who are highly accomplished amateurs. Right now I have a family physician working full-time as a doctor who was in my program, really wanted to work on bow technique. So we're doing that. I get retired people from their tech careers or tech writing careers, and they come in and want to work on Paganini caprices. So if you're in that category, you're welcome to join. Let's see. I'm going through Instagram. Oh, look, Ishan's here. Hello. Hi, Ishan. Okay. Let's see. Ishan's also in my program, in my VIPs. Okay, let's see. And you are very welcome, the Christian Fangirl on YouTube. Let's see. What other questions do I have here? I think I've exhausted all the questions that came into my email, and I do have to get ready for lunch. Okay, so if you have no other questions, well, I'm sure there were tons of other questions, but I can't answer everybody. Let's see. Paul asks me a question here. Who in the music industry would you like to work with? Oh, that's a good question. Who in the music industry would I like to work with? Oh my gosh, that would be so cool to work with. Lots of conductors, soloists. I would love to work with. There's some violinists that I love to love to listen to. For example, there's where I don't actually know where she's from. She's from Europe, Antje Weidhas. I listened to her Bach. I was absolutely mesmerized. Solo Isaïe sonatas and solo Bach. And I thought, oh, wouldn't it be fun to work with her? Yeah, that's the first person that comes to mind. I remember working with Gian Andrea Nozeda, the conductor of the Toronto Symphony. He was a dream. absolute god. So inspiring, absolutely inspiring. These people who just embody music and just so passionate, it comes out of their eyeballs, their pores. They just absolutely breathe it. These are the people that are really, really, truly inspiring to work with. Um, who else would I like to work with? I don't know. Can't think of anyone really. Yeah, I don't know. In the music industry, um, I don't know. I can't think of anyone specific. I mean, I'm thinking of non-classical too, as well. Like jazzers, rock, metal guitarists. There's so many, all the greats, right? I just can't think. Okay, for now, I'm going to have to wrap up. It's been an hour. Thank you so much for joining me. But before you leave, yes on the glasses or no on the glasses? Yeah, these meta glasses. They keep talking to me. They kept talking to me the whole way. You probably heard them trying to talk to me. But yeah, they keep sliding down my face. Thumbs up or thumbs down for the glasses? What do you think before I say goodbye? And before I forget, save the date, January 10th. After the holidays wind down, I do plan to do another free workshop. Okay, another free workshop. Last time I did orchestral excerpts, a masterclass that was open to YouTubers. And I tried to get it on Facebook, but again, I lost control of my Facebook account. I'll see if I can get it on Instagram, but might just only broadcast on YouTube. But save the date, January 10th, 2026. And if you're not on my email list already, go to my website, lynnkuo.com. And if you look under free resources, sign up for one of my free resources. By doing so, you get on my email list and therefore get all the notifications on when I go live with my next free workshop. Okay. When I teach my free workshops, I give the exact same teaching that I give my VIPs. So it really is a great opportunity for you to see how I teach my VIPs. There's some VIPs here. Tyler is here. Ishren is here. Let's see. We've got other people who are here from my VIPs. And they know how I teach. Okay, so you will see that free workshop on the 10th. Sorry, someone's got here the 6th, not the 6th, January 10th. Okay, Miki. Oh, Miki, you have a free workshop. Okay, Miki's my dear friend. We studied with Laurent Fenyevich together. Miki has a free workshop on January the 6th. Okay, so maybe Google Miki Takahashi. Miki Takahashi specializes in early music, and she's living in Birmingham, UK. Hi, Miki. Sending you lots of love. Happy holidays. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me for my live. I have to get ready for my lunch date, and you're very welcome. Thanks for submitting all your questions on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Keep your questions. Keep messaging me, or keep following my Instagram. Keep following me on Facebook. Keep following me on YouTube. Oh, sorry, Miki. Okay, you were just repeating me? Okay, all right. Thank you, Miki. Mwah. Say hi to Adam for me, okay? One of these days I'll have to come back to Birmingham. Yes, my free workshop is coming January 10th. So stay tuned. Come to the workshop. Get on my email list. You will hear more details. In the meantime, if you don't see me online, I wish you all the best for the holiday season. Eat lots of food. Stay warm. Be kind to your friends and lovers and neighbors and children, and stay safe. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Christian Fangirl. Have a great day. Happy holidays to you too. Okay, my friends, wishing you all the best. Thank you for joining me. Stay tuned to my accounts, and I will see you in January, if not before. Okay, take care. Bye.